Well, good morning, y'all. I hope this finds you well. I am getting ready for court today, and I have had multiple of my gals ask me about my makeup. I have alluded to the fact that I am a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist since I was 20. I won't tell you how old I am now because that's scary, but been doing it for quite a while. And I have been so blessed to have a full makeup studio. As you can tell, you can see some makeup behind me, but on this side, way on the other side, is a skincare section. So I do skincare consultations and makeup, and it is awesome. I enjoy it. It's fun, and I look forward to having. I got my bun back here. I look forward to having women come in and be blessed. I mean, life is hard enough when we don't ever take care of ourselves. We take care of everybody else, our families, our children, our husbands, our parents, or whatever. And so I want you guys to be able to hop in and to the studio if you live in the hill country and let me pamper you. I mean, that's what I'm about. I'm about loving on women, and men can get their facials too. But today, I'm just going to do what I do every morning and show you what I use. In the, I will add a link to where I get all of the makeup. First, I got to take the glasses off. I know I look a hot mess. This is natural, but let me get my lighting a little better. Oh, I have a amazing, amazing mirror, but I also have huge two windows with light coming in, so everything kind of canceling out. So, today is the day that I do what I call my little lactic acid witch hazel exfoliating pads. It's kind of like a mini microdermabrasion. I also have, now this you can get on Amazon. It is hydraulic acid serum. I don't have my glasses on. This you can get online. I use this all the time. It really helps, especially after you do a microabrasion. But anyway, we're just going to talk and do my makeup this morning. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this little pad. I just ripped out of that package. It has two sections. And you just come in. Now, what this is doing is this is removing the very top layer of dead skin. So I get a smooth palette. When I do makeup for homecoming, brides, quinceañeras, bride moms, I love doing the moms. I really do because, the bride goes and gets pampered and everything, but I want the moms to be pampered because I am a mom of a 20-year-old. Oh my God, my youngest is 20. Shoot me now. No, never mind, don't say that. But I love my little girl. She's my 20-year-old daughter, talking about engagement and all of that good stuff. And I'm like, oh no. Now, I do it all over my face, but I am going to focus. If you notice, I'm focusing really in the T zone. I kind of used to have really large pores, but I would say they're about medium right now. And this, oh my gosh, this really gets rid of those pores. I mean, it really helps keeping your face. Um, so we got a little rain spot. Keeping your face, your skin exfoliated will help with the fine lines and also helps with um, age spots. I've got a couple of age spots that have popped up. I've been keeping it at bay. So now that's done, I'm going to come into the hydraulic acid. Is it? Yep, it is the hydraulic acid. I don't say words like that very. Anything with the H and a Y together kills me. So I'm going to come in and just put a dropper in my hand, and I'm going to rub it all over my face. skincare is vitally important, ladies and gentlemen. If you noted, well, you didn't realize if I put my hands down, I actually exfoliate with what's left on the back of my hands. Anything left that I put on my face that's not a cosmetic, I rub into the back of my hands, because one of the true telltale signs of age outside of your face is your hands. So let that, oh, fan it, it cools. It's very cooling in the summer. It's great. Okay, so I'm a mature woman and I'm struggling with my moisturizing. So we have something called the Duo Lab. I absolutely love my Duo Lab. I have a personal one and I have one for the business. And this is the diamond of the Duo Lab. What happens is this is the Hydra Serum for all skin types. And this is the poreless perfector. And what happens is you put them in here, okay? So you got side one goes into side one, and it tells you side one and side two. This goes into side two like this, get it in good. You close them, and see that little button right there? You push it, and that smushes them together. Then I'm going to put it in the Duo Lab like this, turn it on, and then I'm going to tell it to start. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Start. It locks it in. I don't know if you can hear it, but it starts squeezing it together. It heats it up. It creates a fabulous, and it's just going to sit here for a minute. It's going to warm it up. It's going to mix those two pouches together. See, sometimes what happens when we get stuff, um, shelf life is very, very, very important. And also, when you mix things together, sometimes you need to mix them together just as you're getting ready to use them. So this is the Duo Lab. It's fabulous. And I'm going to let that sit it. I can't hear it, but if you look closely inside, you can see it squeezing. See it? You guys can hear it. I can't. It is mixing that. While that's happening, I'm just going to take a look and see. I got my eyebrows are okay. Um, my skin looks pretty darn good. Once this is done, I'm going to, it takes about a minute or so. Wow, we got a lot of, they're doing road construction out there today, I guess. Dag nabbit, and I'm filming. Hopefully y'all can't hear them. While that's mixing, I'm going to get my sugar scrub for my lips. Now, my lips are very dry. Part of the reason why it's very dry is because I talk all day. This is a sugar scrub from Limelight by Alcone, and it's a perfect lip scrub. And when you scrub, your lips actually come up and around here. I'll explain why in just a second. You can literally eat this. It's just sugar. Everything I put on my face is all natural. I went through very, very scary bout. Hi, Zach. Have a great day, Zach. I know, Zach, this is just what you need. So, Zach, come back for court. 11:30 Central Time, 12:30 Eastern, 10:30 Mountain. So I'm going to take this out while it's hot, and I'm going to squeeze it. Get every drop that I can get, and then I'm just going to rub it on my hands like this and rub it on my, oh, I always love that part. It's warm. It is hydrating everything. Once again, you'll see me do my hand. See, I'm pushing middle 50s. So what I'm going to do is pull these two packets out. That's what they look like when they come out of the Duo Lab. Isn't that awesome? And then sometimes if you give a squeeze, you can get a couple extra drops. It just depends. If there's a couple to be had, there was. And I'm going to take those couple extra drops and just come down my neck. I'm sorry, Zach. I know skincare. Woohoo! And now I'm ready to do my makeup. So, I had skin cancer multiple times, but one time really not good. There's different levels of skin cancer. Here you go. This skin cancer can take your life. I'm surprised this, it was bad on my back. And I ended up having surgeries. And I found out that a lot of the chemicals in my cosmetics could have caused the cancer. So a lot of women don't realize what is in their makeup can hurt them. So Limelight by Alcone is the product I use when I started my journey as a makeup artist at 20. The lady I studied under as a professional artist, I got everything from Alcone. It's a professional line of makeup. Now they've taken it Limelight by Alcone and made it healthy, safe, vegan. Yeah. I do something a little different than most people do, guys. This is my blush palette. I'm going to come in, yes, I know, in that hot one, and I'm going to tap it once, and I'm going to start laying it in. I put my blush on pretty strong before I put my foundation on. Because someone once told me it didn't look like I had a bunch of blush on, that I had a natural glow through my skin. Well, if you pinch your skin like you used to back in the day, on your cheeks back in the day, that's how when they didn't have makeup, to get that flushed look on their face. So I'm going to put that away for now. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to let that set. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow. I prefer to do my eyeshadow before doing everything else, but sometimes I do it backwards. You never know. This is a fabulous palette. I know it's kind of seen its better days, but this is my personal palette. These are the colors I use on a very regular basis. And I absolutely love this palette. Look, I've got a ton of brushes. But this particular palette is highly pigmented. It is professional grade. I use this on all my brides. One thing, as a professional photographer, when I used to be a photographer, my 20s and 30s and early 40s, I was an old school film, then went digital. But we would get something called, oh, you saw the puppers walk in. We would get something called flashback. Flashback is when the product contains an iridescence or a property of that product, when flashes from cameras hit it, makes your face look white like a clown. And it is horrible for brides because they go and get their makeup done. And then what happens? They get, wherever there's concealer, is white as a piece of paper. It's horrible. And okay. Today, I'm just going to go slightly into this lilac. It is going to be a soft color day. Can't tell by the blush. I have hooded eyes, so I bring my color up a little higher than normal because of the hooded eyes. Oh, that actually feels good. Anybody who suffers from allergies and your eyes are itching, get a makeup brush and use that to kind of rub on your eyes. It won't damage that skin nearly as much and it won't go red. So now I'm going to go in my suede. Suede is my favorite color to use for a light brown eyeshadow. So back to the days of stories. I first gig I had was when I was learning, and I worked underneath Barbara Marie, and she's now deceased, was a professional makeup artist, and I mean back to like the 50s. And she did the makeup for the newscasters. And oh my gosh, that was back in the time. Ladies, give me some lovin'. Give me some lovin'. If you remember, the makeup was so thick on your face, if you scrape it with your fingernail, it rolled up underneath it. Well, hi, baby. Oh my gosh, y'all got to see this. Come here. Look who came back. Look who's doing better. Oh my gosh, we are so up. Yeah, she's doing better. She's still a little puny, but we were, oh my gosh, she literally was on death's door. So anyway, back in the 80s when we were doing all of that makeup that was just so horrendously thick, and so that's the way I learned. And I remember I was shocked to see actually how much makeup they put on the men. I did not know how much makeup they put on the men, but this woman was fabulous with putting makeup on men. And so I learned to do the same, but there's a lot of makeup that went on the newscasters. Unless you were of Hispanic, um, now got fuzz from the kitty kitty, or you had more of an olive, darker skin, but a lot of our newscasters were Hispanic, but we had a few of them that were Caucasian, and they were white as a piece of paper on certain areas, and they had in the sunglass area, and then they were tan in the face from golfing. Oh my God, y'all! You want to talk about something funny? You try putting makeup on somebody who's tan everywhere and have white around the eyes. So we that's where I learned. I learned by doing news broadcasters makeup. I've done some film and film industry makeup back in the 90s and late 90s when they were filming in San Antonio. I did some makeup for people who came in to do the concerts. I know y'all are just hopping on. I know. I put my blush on before I put my foundation on because I want the color to come through the foundation and make it natural and not look like I've just painted my face. It's a little makeup trick. I know. So also, so anyway, that's what I did, and it was awesome. Awesome. I did a few concert performers and things like that. Okay, I use my fingers, but when I do a client, I use this brush and I come up and I put the mascara on underneath. When I mean underneath, I'm not talking about on the skin. I'm actually putting it in the lash line. If you don't want a heavy eyeliner like above, come in and just wiggle it in between the hairs. It tickles if you're not used to it, and even if you are, it tickles. And here it can be a little tricky. Oh, that didn't feel good. And then I come in here and just where there's no hair, come in and then I do it on top. So that gives me a thinner and more natural look than that's what I need. A thinner and more natural look. Then I take a brush like this and I just kind of blend it a little bit and move the eyeliner up just a hair to get that pencil line. See? There are a lot of people that come on and they will actually try to draw the pencil line above the hairline and it gets too thick. So that's not how I do it. Um, come in, lift. It tickles the first couple of times you do it and to the point to where you're like, but once you get used to doing it this way, y'all, and I'm, I'm gonna lean in and do it a little differently on my left eye. It's kind of hard to do the other eye on camera. Ah, there we go. It really is hard to do the other eye on camera. When you're doing your eyes like this, once again, I'm going into the hair. And no, it's not blended. It can look a little rough, and that's okay. That's what this brush is for right here. Um, one thing I try to explain to people when you're doing your eyeliner is don't get an eyeliner that you have to heat up. Remember in the 80s that we had the pencil eyeliner? Oh my gosh, y'all. My mom got so mad at me when I asked her for a cigarette lighter. And see how good that looks? Um, that's a good thing for that. And then, of course, I brush out the eyelashes because you get some in there. And she thought I was smoking. And I explained to her, no, Mom, I'm not smoking. I need it for the eyeliner. She didn't believe me until I showed her. So I went and got my dad's cigarette lighter because he was a smoker for most of his life until he hit my age. And then he had to have stents put in his heart and he quit. Man, I got to tell you, I have utmost respect for that man. He cold turkey quit smoking. So anyway, um, I showed her that I had to heat up the eyeliner to get it on smooth. That kind of process is actually really bad for your skin on your eyes to put something hot like that on there. You can burn yourself. And actually I did. I actually still have a little bit of a scar and I have a little bald spot. If you look right here, I have a section right there where I don't have any eyelash. It's because I burnt it. So I kind of finagle my eyelashes to cover it. And you can do that too. So, anyway, back to Limelight by Alcon. All of our products for your blush, your eyeshadows, your um, contour, everything else, your foundations come in a cardboard tin. It's magnetized. It's wonderful. Now, I'm embarrassed to show this to you because I tell my makeup artist when I took the brush in the other room. I'll use this sponge. I told them when you go to demo your foundations, clean your product, clean your palettes. I didn't clean my palette, but this is my palette. I have had this for over a year. This stuff lasts forever. I mix because I am going to be filming. This one is my shade. Then I go a little lighter and a little darker. So for the little darker, one thing is I'm going to start right here at this chin, dabbing it in, and then I'm going to just let it sit for a second because it's a wax base. It doesn't go into the pores like a actual liquid does. So one of the things that people say is, well, why do you sit there? I mean, why are my pores always clogged? Because you're using a liquid foundation. One thing about liquid foundations is they really do settle in your pores and you get that liquid. And by about 2 hours after you put it on, you notice that it's starting to, I have that one. It's starting to change colors. It oxidizes. Because why? Well, because it's liquid. Wax foundation, all natural, not B. Look how beautiful that went on. It sits on top of the skin. It glides on top of the skin and it doesn't clog the pores at all. Now, when I'm on camera, and I got to tell you, that experience, learning how to put makeup on the newscasters was a fabulous experience because photographing and doing makeup for a camera is absolutely different than doing it every day. So I want to minimize this area because I do have a double chin. I'm losing weight and it gets a little worse. And I have a hot spot right here that's lighter. So what I do is I come in and I put just a shade darker or two and I blend them together. I want all the highlight here in the center of my face. So now I'm going to come in with the lighter color, just a little corner, and I'm going to pat it underneath my eyes. Just kind of pat it and bring it up because this is where the light would naturally hit. People don't realize how much I do for these lives sometimes, other times I don't. And light naturally hits on the tip of the chin. And now I'm just going to blend it. And that's my foundation routine, y'all. Now I know you're still seeing that blush. Here we go. Just blend it up. Put the foundation over it. It looks more for camera, of course. I wouldn't go this dark or heavy with the blush camera if I wasn't going to be on camera. And just blend it in. Some people say, well, it's still a little too hot. Just wait. One of the other things is with this foundation is you can set it. Once you set it with their translucent powder, what's going to happen is it does not move. How many of us have watched Dancing with the Stars? Good morning, Toxic Orchid. How many of us have literally watched Dancing with the Stars? Do you know that foundation that they're wearing that doesn't move? They're sweating. You see sweat rolling, but their makeup doesn't move. Do you know why it doesn't move? The same exact foundation. And you too can get it. I mean, it's not hard makeup to use. In fact, I find that this foundation is so much easier to use than liquid. And it really irks me when these people come in and they want me to use a liquid foundation. I'm like, it's not going to look good, y'all. It's not. I can get rid of color, but I can't get rid of texture. That's what I tell people. So now we also have a bronzer here, but I'm going to use a different bronzer. The bronzer I'm going to use, Danessa Myricks, is a world-renowned makeup artist. She is a beautiful woman of color. Sorry, get it in camera. And I'm going to show you the difference between contouring your face. And she has created a fabulous color palette for women of color, and that's, you know, amazing, because for many years women struggle who are either Hispanic or people who are from Africa or other cultural countries, finding a foundation that actually matches their skin and contour and everything else. So she's fabulous. Now, I am also getting these little things here. I hate them. So I'm going to just look at the mirror and tap it here first to find where I need to disappear it. And then I'm going to pull it kind of up and back. Now, I don't like it when I see people in public, women, you could see their makeup on them. This is just for camera. During the day, I might put a little bit here just to dusting, but it wouldn't be as heavy. Can you guys see a difference between this side of my face and this side of my face? It's all an illusion, y'all. It's called Limelight by Alcone. I will put a link when I get to the computer. I'll put the link. Wait a minute. Maybe I can put the link in comments. Hold on. Let me get this blending. Always blend down into the neck, ladies. Always. Can I comment here? I've never used this program. Oh, yeah, I can. Post comment. There we go. Yay. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's where you can get what I'm using. And I tell people I do give makeup tutorials. I used to do them every single day on my Facebook page. Um, but life happened. So I'm thinking about going live with y'all before I go live for my court feed. I'm going to come back and just powder everything in and blend it. The powder I'm using is a really thin powder. I used to be all worried about using powder because it cakes up the foundation. Not this one, not this powder. Good morning, Adair. I'm just getting ready for you men who have hopped on. Oh, thank you, Peggy. I appreciate it. For you men who've just hopped on, um, I'm had some women asking me about my makeup, so I thought I'd come on and share. Now, I know I've already put one layer of mascara on. I am going to go back and add my second. But if you notice, I didn't put the mascara on the bottom because I was going to put foundation and all that. I don't use a whole lot of concealer, y'all, because to be honest, the more you add, the more it's going to show. If I have a problem, what do I have in my eye? Thank you. If I have a problem that I need to conceal, it's very minimal. The more you put on top of wrinkles or any kind of imperfections, the more it's going to show. Okay. So that's that. Here's another makeup trick. I'm tired. It was one of these mornings that I just did not want to get up, whatever. And you notice you've got red, your waterline is kind of reddy, not real white, not real bright. One person says, well, how do you brighten your eyes? How do you get your whites of your eyes to look brighter? Well, this is how. We have a dual, oh, didn't do that. We have, I'm using a dual one, but we have a all natural um, eyeliner, and it is also wax based, so it stays put. It doesn't clog your teardrop. And that's something else, ladies. Do not use foundation or concealer here because it will close the teardrop and give you, or can give you size. Looking at this eye and look at this eye. This eye, my white is much whiter. So I'm going to come in with this eye and I'm going to, and then I'm going to come in right here in the corner in the upper. And it just makes my eyes look a lot whiter, y'all. Makes me look a whole lot more alive than I actually am. Okay, highlights, and then I am going to do lips, and we're done. And then I get to go and start prepping for today's live. I'm going to come in here and just grab a little bit of highlight. Don't dab your highlight on, guys. That's not how the sun hits your face, and it's overly too strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and I'm going to lay it and just kind of kiss it. That is where the highlight will hit my face. I see a little bit of the highlights here and here. Put a little on my nose, on the tips. If you want to bring anything more forward, you're going to highlight it. If you want to bring it backwards, you're going to use a little bronzer. That's how we do it. I like my little Irish button nose. Okay, you have thin lips and you want to help make them look fuller. You're going to put a lip, you're going to go. And what happens, and you can blend it with your finger. What's going to happen, risk, I hate those things. Then what we do is just take your little brush and just blend those highlights. Don't just leave them sitting there because then they look fake. So then we have the lips, the lips, the lips. Okay, you saw me at the beginning of the live, used my sugar scrub to remove the dead skin. It doesn't look like it because I have foundation on. Always foundation around my lips, number one. It helps things stick a little bit more for me personally. So now I'm going to come into my lip liner. I have crooked lips. I'll align my lips the way they are naturally, and then I'm going to show you how I fix them. Oh, thank you. That is my natural lip line. Don't fly for me. So I come to just to the outside of the upper, and then I'm going to come straight to the corner. It's hard to talk into this, but now watch the difference. I got kitten fuzz on me. Okay, I'm going to explain the hot mess. So I'm going to close off my pen so I can use it. I like this side of my lip, so I'm going to draw this to match. I went like that to see where my natural thing is. So I draw just slightly under my lip, and then when I draw back, I go slightly inside the lip line. I tell people, women, that all the time. Outside lip, inside lip, outside lip, inside lip. Then I take the tip of my sponge and the side of my sponge, and don't do it twice because when you do, you'll move it around too much. Always blot, ladies. I always have a towel here. One thing people tease me is I buy a lot of black towels because I can wash that and it won't stain it. Just come in and touch up whatever you need. I got it. It'll change through the day. Yes, I am a makeup artist. I've been one since I was 20 years old. I'm not telling you how old I am now. So another trick that we do with your lipstick is to keep it off your teeth. Put your knuckle, run it, because what it comes off on your knuckle is what's going to come off on your teeth. So that is my makeup routine. Then I'm going to take our fabulous time setter. Now this will stay as it is, but I really want it to stay, and it's nice and cool. It feels good. Everything's going to stay all day. Even if I sweat, it ain't moving. So for those ladies who asked me about my makeup and makeup routine, there you have it. I will finish doing the rest of my hair, doing everything else. I'll change my shirt, and I'm going to get ready. I hope y'all come back and join me when we go live for court trials. We have Alec Baldwin hearing today, and if Turtle Boy's hearing is live, we will try and get that in. We may have to do one, then come back and do the other. So no spoilers. Oh, I just got stuff all over me. That's okay. This is my makeup shirt. I like to wear either all white or all black when I put my makeup on, because that way I get a true color representation. Guys, love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you at, what time is it now? It's 10:30. We'll see you in an hour. Bye-bye.